Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Robertta Bobbie, and I am here on your weekly episode with Felgona Oyugah. Karibu sana Felly.
Asante sana, Dr.
I
Fred.
was waiting for that.
How are you?
Yaani poa sana. Sijakuwa poa,
Yeah.
lakini ni sawa tu. Ni hali ya maisha. Nimekuwa tu nikijifungia kwa nyumba.
Yeah.
Nikipumzika, lakini
Yes.
leo nimesema nitoke kwa nyumba.
Yeah.
Ndo niache kufeel ni sad ama sick, hata sijui.
Yeah.
I don't know, hizi tu hormonal things za wamama.
Yeah. Sometimes you need those moments so that you slow down.
Yeah.
And then come back out.
Yeah. I think our bodies have a way of telling us,
Yeah.
chill kidogo before you burn out and fall down.
But we have romanticized burnout.
Yeah, we like looking busy,
yes.
like we're doing things.
When you call me, what are you doing? I've just been busy. I've not even, can you imagine? I've not even gone to the toilet. I woke up in the morning. I didn't.
I'm in a meeting. I'll call you back.
Yes, we glory in it. Actually, the week has been so busy.
Yeah.
So you know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but me, I don't want to know how it is anymore.
No, ukiangalia, it's nothing really substantial.
Yeah.
Or even if it is, we can make time to rest.
We can. And rest is not something that we should deserve.
Yes.
It's something we should just be doing. The way you don't say, I deserve to breathe today. Let me breathe. Yeah. Just rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Karibuni sana to another episode on Heartfelt with Bobbie here on Dialogues with Jagero. Today, I want us to discuss the mean girls. There has been a trend going on social media. Involve me. Have you seen it?
I've seen it. It is so sad.
And kuna some, what do I call it? Discriminations that are starting to show up.
Yeah.
Amongst especially the women. Because I see it's the women who are doing this trend sizey.
Yeah.
So I want us to talk a little bit about it because we kind of see, this mean girls trend showing up in different aspects of our lives. Personally, I have a story that I will share. Msinichekele sana na if you're that lady and you're watching, ulambwe matako na shetani. Ulinitesa lakini nakuombeanga. Mamangu aliniambia nikuwe nasema nice things for people.
No, don't interrupt people's karmas. Stop doing it.
I don't think she's going through karma. I drove past her somewhere in Kilimani.
No, but you don't know. But it's because you're praying for her.
Her car is bigger.
That's what I'm saying. It's because you're praying for her. Mind your own business. Pray for yourself. Move on.
I'm wasting my energy.
Yes, because now you're interrupting her karma. So maybe something was going to happen. You woke up in the morning. Oh God, please. And then God will be like, basi sawa.
God bless my enemies.
And then you're there wondering, why are my enemies blessed?
You're so right.
Yeah, stop it. Just
You're
stop
so
it.
right.
Yeah.
So there was this one time I had a job at this place.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring this story up first because so many examples of this have been coming up on X, and I've been seeing them about women talking about how working under black women, especially black women, is a very, very big problem. They're able to see, imefika point we're able to see like there's a difference between if you're working under a white man, under a black man, under a white woman, and a very sharp contrast when your boss or HR or sijui mkubwa supervisor something is a black lady. I thought this story was isolated, but I do have, because I have my own story. So let me share mine.
Yeah.
I was working at this place a few years back, and there was this lady, alikuwa bibi ya boss. You know how it is with these family-owned companies where they say we're a family. They say we're a family because they don't pay family members.
Yes. Free labor.
Like free labor. But if you don't catch on fast, you think, oh, we're a family.
Family owned.
And if you're emotional like me and you love and you love
family, community,
you can fall for it very easily. But I was showing very quickly why you never
agree to be family.
Exactly.
Yeah, I came here to work, pay me, I'm gone.
Let me go home. So this lady, she was super, super mean, especially to the girls at the office. She never used to really, I never saw her doing work. Maybe she used to work, I don't know. She used to come in at her own time. Let me not say late, because unajua bibi ya boss akona different rules.
Yes.
Comes at her own time. Maybe she was a boss as well, I don't know. Comes at her own time. She used to look good and she used to smell good. I give her that. But she was super, super mean to the ladies. And at meetings, she would wear down like women. She would wear you down on what you're wearing, how you look, what time you came to the office.
Yeah.
And sometimes she did this especially to pregnant women.
Oh dear.
There's a time we had madam alikuwa anapata ball kwa hiyo ofisi. Like
and they are suffering.
So imagine being under a woman who she was showing us she doesn't care about that you're pregnant or that you're what. Sisi wenyewe colleagues amongst ourselves, we used to work in a way that would make life easier
for the pregnant
women so that hakuna gap. Tusha agree amongst ourselves. Kama nani anakuja late, tusha cover his side ndo watuizwa, tushafanya because ni utu tu, ni humanity, basic humanity. These women, first of all, were forced to work till last minute. One of the ladies actually had to give birth prematurely because of the stress she was undergoing at work.
Dear. Yeah.
And after she had her baby, she wanted to come back, but she also needed to finish school and go graduate. She was told, I'm sorry, you decide. You either go to school or you leave work. There's nothing I can... Yani your mama alikuwa too evil. She was not ready to listen to people or accommodate them. And I get, maybe from a business perspective, you need to be making your money. But like I said, tulikuwa tumepangana in a way that
so there was no gap. So you can't say that she was even losing money.
She was just a mean woman. And there's something she used to do to me specifically, other than the passive aggression or the mean comments in the meetings or the sarcasm in front of people to make people laugh at you or make you feel like you're less than. There was this thing she used to do to me. So anytime I would go to the toilet, nilikuwa naenda kwa choo kususu, I think she would like follow me and then she would lock me in the toilet.
What?
Alikuwa ananifungia, alafu anazima stima. So this happened to me the first time, and I assumed someone wanted to use the toilet and maybe confused or didn't think there was someone inside, blah, blah, blah. You give yourself answers. And then uzuri, I had my phone, so I called my friend, someone locked me in the toilet, fungulie. And then it started happening now frequently. Anytime I went to use the toilet, someone would lock me in the toilet and switch the lights off.
Yes.
And I started thinking I was crazy. So I started talking to my other colleagues in the office around it, and she was like, and my friends are like, yeah, she does that.
What?
So that you don't use company time in the toilet.
What is, how much time are you in the toilet for anyway? Because I could sit down at the desk and do nothing for an hour. So what is going to the toilet for all of 3-4 minutes?
There was a Muslim lady who would wear the what's it called? Ile inafunika mpaka.
Yeah, yes.
Mpaka miguu kabisa, amefunika mpaka ankle. This lady would come up with rules such as, please don't wear anklets at the office. They're making the men in the office very uncomfortable. Dem amevaa, so okay, ni mtu tu mmoja anavanga anklet kwa ofisi na sisi wote tunajua nani anavanga anklet kwa ofisi. So who was the message for? And what is the message about? Who gives a damn about an anklet?
That's bullying. Yeah, it's just outright bullying.
So these small things, these passive aggressions, they made me realize, oh my God, I used to think women were such nice people and that the ones who are supposed to take care of us in different settings. And I go online and I see there's so many conversations around this same feeling. So
even the bullying, you find somebody's bullying a young girl and you are her mother's age mate.
Yeah.
And you start wondering, excuse me, you're a
What's
woman.
Happening?
Why are you bullying a 20-year-old? You are 40. And what is going on in your life?
Yeah, I think this is what is cementing this narrative. Older women are bitter, they're jealous, they're angry. But now let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Tuanzie kwa hiyo trend ya social media before we get into now personal story.
Yeah. I always find it so confusing. I remember this, I had this conversation somewhere in an establishment. and I was so confused because I couldn't understand why older women were talking like that. There's a particular influencer at some point who was going through some financial issues. And everybody was out there so excited and they were leaking conversations about her maybe asking for money. Yes, she'd be asking for money. And, imagine somebody leaking, those vulnerable, when you've sent a voice on Bobbie, please, I don't have money. I'm stuck here. I need this 300K. Can you help me? When I get back, I'll be able to sort you, blah, 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 blah. You are quick to give her the money. So if you're quick to give her the money, it doesn't mean it's somebody who's alien to you.
Because big money like
that. Big money like that, yes. By the time I'm giving you 300K, I know you're sharks.
I know your mother.
I know your mother. Yeah, I know all, as in, it's not me and you. You know,
How people are just rich like that, they can dish out $500,000
or
easily.
the other thing, and this is what now I learned, and I learned that also the hard way, is there are people who help you to set you up.
To say they did it.
No, to get to this position now where they'll humiliate you. I don't like you, but I'm hanging around you, and I'm so jealous. And I don't think we have understood the length jealous people will go to. I think we take it very lightly. You think it's just that I like your dress. There's somebody who wants your life and feels that by you living your life, somehow it's stopping their own life or their own happiness or something. People are just psycho. So there's somebody who will help you, Bobbie, knowing that there's a point I will use this to bring you down. So I'll give you the 300 Gs, and then one day at your peak, I leak it. So I'll ask you for the money twice. And sometimes I know, because let me tell you, by the time I'm even giving you money, Bobbie, I know what the economy is like. I know what you do for a living, whatever. So I know it might come on time, it might not come on time. Even the bank knows, even when you go to get money from the bank, they have all those in place. They know that you might pay today, tomorrow you might not pay. So what happens when you don't pay? You know, the people have already thought all those things through. We are adults, we're not, we're not children. So I will just wait for you and that's why I remember Shylock used to have such a problem, because they know you're not going to pay, and then immediately now they start harassing you, and people are committing suicide.
Yes.
So I know the minute you have some small problem in our agreement, maybe so you're going to give me on the 13th, and I'm telling you, please, Bobbie, wait until the 20th, because I don't have it now. Oh. My chance is here to make your life so difficult. What do you mean? You women, you are out here cheating people, you are living a good life and not living a good life. Why don't you cut a coat according to your size? Why don't you just accept your lifestyle? You're here pretending, I don't know what. You're trying to show people. And then now I am now actively bullying you, because I've now finally gotten my chance.
So I've been waiting to bully you. Now this is the perfect platform.
Yeah. And you see, now I'm vulnerable because I have your 300K and I don't have it now. And you know, my reputation, my job depends on my reputation, what it is I'm doing out here. So you're there, I'm going to link it online. If you don't, I'm going to put it online. People are going to do, and I'm begging you, just give me time. And now you have it. You have me where you want me.
Yes.
You know, so we have to be very careful with some of the friendships we get into, because you think, I'm a woman, I'm nice, I've given you, I'm helping you. You're thinking, this woman loves me, but I'm setting you up. I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. And you see a lot of it now. And I find it even baffles me more when it's an older woman doing it to a younger woman.
Where do you think that comes from?
I'm trying to get it, because I don't.
Because now, like my boss, now what's the beef?
Exactly. You know, I'm just like, it doesn't even make sense. And maybe I wanted to post this on TikTok, and maybe I should do it after this, and remind women not to forget to have fun, so that you don't become that old religious bitter auntie or mother or boss. No, let them come, because we can't do this anymore. Yes. It doesn't make any sense, because then what is it we are fighting for? Somebody in fact even said that and I think we had this conversation even with you. This thing of girls, there is no girls. Those are just nice umbrellas for people to mistreat other women, for women to mistreat other women. Because I don't have to come and tell you I'm a girls. If I'm a good person, I'm a good person. To a dog, to a woman, to a man, that is essentially what is supposed to happen. I'm supposed to be able to, I'm just supposed to be a good human being.
Yes.
Yeah, whether it is to a man or to a woman. But the minute I need to announce that I'm good to women, I'm a very wicked person. And usually hear what they say. But they look at it now, and people have been saying it a lot now, because one person said, you guys are not being fair. You can't do this to a woman. Yes, she got into this situation. She might have said something off color. Maybe she did not give somebody the benefit of the doubt. Has anybody called and said, Nani, this is not what you're supposed to do? As an older woman, for example, if I see you doing something, Bobbie, that doesn't make any sense, you might not know. You don't have the benefit of experience.
True.
I do. I can call you aside and say, you know what,
and actually,
Bobbie?
that has happened. I have posted outrageous stuff. And my friends have sent it to me. Did you really need to say this?
Exactly.
Did you? And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll take it down.
Yes, and it's done in a respectful way. I'm not out there embarrassing you.
Yes.
I just have access to you. And even if I don't have access, in fact, these days you have access to so many people. There are people who've posted, and you just go to the DMs and say, hey, my sister, this, whatever. But if you need help, this is a better channel.
Yes.
Don't do the other. That is what human beings are supposed to do. Even if I saw a boy right now, as a young man, I have a son in his 20s, I would say, no, don't do this. I have the benefit of experience. That is why we grow old. We don't grow old so that our teeth fall out. We grow old so that we can teach the younger people. That's why you have that experience. Yeah, you're not here just to make trees work hard to put oxygen so that you can breathe. You are here to actually do something for people. So when you see older women going online and abusing children, and some of these children are younger. In fact, I remember when I was talking in that establishment, that I was telling those people, that girl you people are laughing at is my daughter's age mate. That is my daughter. So how can you sit down?
Context like that, it seems so crazy to see grown
women, imagine.
Especially, okay, let me not use especially because it looks like we're putting women
on a higher.
Yeah, like, we don't expect you to be the evil one.
Exactly.
Anyone can be evil.
Yeah. But I think also we put that much pressure when we are saying women to treat each other better because we have all suffered. There's something, we have a common disadvantage. Yes, you have a common disadvantage. Why then would I know you are suffering? And it's just this thing that even happens, between blacks within, like in a movement, in a revolution, people are trying to fight for equality, and just be your same black people who are trying to be the white person also too.
Yeah. It's like
I don't know why human beings, and I think it's crazy human beings. My mother used to say there are very many crazy people. Just because they don't run naked in the market doesn't mean they're not crazy. But there are many crazy people. So you see somebody is always looking for somebody to oppress. So I'm oppressed at home. My husband beats me. Then I oppress my children, or I oppress the maid. I oppress the maid. The maid oppresses my children. Yeah. The neighbor's children. You're always looking for a weaker person too.
Because I would hear the comments she'd make about niliambia hausi wangu sijui nini like this tracks.
Yeah.
You're talking to us like this at the office and we're not even in your house.
Imagine that.
Sasa watu wako kwa nyumba yako.
Exactly. Yeah. So a lot of people really need to deal with their own things. And I think also there's a huge gap these days. I don't know whether people don't have home training or what, because there's some things that are no-brainers. Yeah, there are some things that really are no-brainers. I should not be making your life difficult. It's just because I just wonder where people were brought up. And when you say where people are brought up, some people start saying that, us were not privileged. It has nothing. Good manners, humanity has nothing to do with privilege. If anything, you'll find that if you went right now and you collapse on the street and you are hungry, do you know who would give you food? It's a homeless person. Would give you fast.
It is.
Without thinking. So I'm wondering then, why isn't that translating? We are both women. We know what we have gone through as women. Yeah, I know what I've gone through, in a different generation from yours. Why would I want to be the person to make you
Could this be the
suffer?
pick-me women that we were talking about last time?
Yes.
These women, when they're making this content, even to bully other women online, or they're posting, izo involve me challenge, like wewe hauna iPhone, wewe hauna week, ati tuku involve na wewe sijui hauna nini, you don't fly out, gari, blah blah blah. Do you think they're making it out of complete ignorance, like for real? Because it's okay to have standards. Maybe I just don't like hanging around people who don't have an iPhone. Maybe that's my standard and nobody should fight me on it.
And if it's your standard, like everybody has standards.
Yes.
Whether they're low or high, but you don't go around talking. Because if it's your standard, you just operate.
Yes.
I don't have to
announce it and tell you, now a ghost to 100 users. Okay, that's chat.
Yeah. And and we're giving that 100 users, tongue in cheek. It's
but I've become Jagero. Let me just talk bad about people with Oppos today. It's me. I'm sorry.
It's a very good phone, but the camera quality is top and it never hangs.
I'm sorry, Oppo. Please, if you would like to advertise with us, message us on brand ambassador.
This is my second Oppo, and they're very good friends.
You know who to call.
Kindly, but urgently. Call me.
So is it just ignorance, or is it... I mean, I know ignorance is a part of it, but I want to add on to, is it is it the pick-me-sha syndrome? They're probably posting for some target audience,
Yes.
so that this audience can see and pick them. They're thinking, oh, this girl doesn't like, people who don't have iPhones. Even me, I don't like people who don't have iPhones, so I'll pick her. But I don't think are there sane people walking around judging people on such merit?
There are people with insecurities.
Yes.
And this is why it's so important to parent yourself at a certain point. And that's why I say your 20s should be for parenting yourself. Parent yourself, get therapy, figure out what it is you went through as a child. There are very many people, first of all, who grew up with toxic mothers. So you have your own, insecurity as well. There are very many people who were not exposed. And when I say exposed, it's not that you are not taken, I'm not talking about travel even, because maybe you couldn't afford travel, but exposed even books. You didn't read beyond what it is that you are taught in school. And then you come out and the only other life you see is acting on TV. And then after that, you have access to social media. Again, the only other life you see is people on social media in private jets, in iPhones, and doing all manner of crazy things. So for you, your world is so small that you think making it in life is having an iPhone. Making it in life is going to Diani. There's somebody somewhere out there who will sell their kidney just to go to Diani.
Yes.
And you can announce somewhere that now I'm making it in life. Your world is, very many people have a very small world.
And they think this world of theirs is how everyone else is living.
They because their world is so small and they're not exposed, they don't think, it doesn't even occur to them that some people who are doing this are actually just creating content and getting paid and going about their life. I remember when we were young, because now the other, the world we would see from the outside would be in music videos. Now that was the hip hops and whatnot, and you see those girls, the way they would dress, they'd be there with their tiny, tiny shorts, it'd be like a bralette or something, and dressed how and moving how and walking how, and everything the way they all move, walking, they're like this, and you think that is real life.
Yes.
And it didn't occur to very many people that was a job. That woman would leave that job, remove those whatever, put on her tracks, put on her boots, put on her hoodie, carry a rucksack, and go about her life.
Dira and Crocs.
Dira and Crocs, yeah, because that was work.
Yes.
But you see, you'd have to expand your mind before you can do that. Because there's more to life. There's more to life. There are some people who are ignorant, yes. You are not exposed to it, we've said that. Nobody taught you. But it can't be a reason forever. Ignorance is not a defense. At some point, we expect that your brain has opened. You've learned something.
Yes.
You've seen a TikTok video beyond people shaking ass. You might have stumbled onto STEM or something. I mean, we are hoping.
Yes. Somewhere along the line.
Somebody gave you an idea. Yes. So it can't be your whole life. So I have a problem with people sitting down and would be there laughing at you. Somebody doesn't have an iPhone, or somebody hasn't gone to Diani, or somebody doesn't have I don't know what. It's really silly because there are so many things happening in life. It's really silly for people to wake up in the morning, adults who have worked and know how life works, to be laughing at a 20-year-old, 23-year-old because she's been auctioned. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, and these are people who've probably never taken risks like she has.
This is a 23-year-old. She can bounce back.
Yes.
She has a lot of time and whatever. And and I wish somebody has told her this, that she has the best lessons ever. Because at 23 and early, and you're by yourself.
Yes.
You don't have a baby you have been auctioned with, because very many of us were auctioned with children. You understand? You're trying to now look for a bed, look for a what, start afresh. You're by yourself. She's getting the best lessons. It might be uncomfortable now because it's in public and there are very many immature people and people also who don't like her, insecure, ignorant people who are making fun of her, making her content. But that woman, I can assure you, we'll talk about her in 10 years.
Yeah.
Because she's already gone down.
And that's going to
what
be...
else is there?
I can imagine that as a story on TED Talk, when I was 33.
Imagine, she'll only be 33. She will only be 33 in 10 years.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know where that woman is going to be?
Yes.
Yeah. And instead of people learning from others, we are trying to have, for lack of a better word, dick measuring contest. Everybody's trying to put their dicks on the table and... and not realizing that nobody has a contract with anything. Life just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today I can be a millionaire. Tomorrow I can wake up in the morning with 0 shillings.
Yes.
Tomorrow I can have 0 shillings and have 100,000. I can have 100,000 and have 10 billion. As in, life just lives. And instead of learning from people, instead of creating even good karma for yourself and your children, you are out here on Baba's internet, talking smack. And you have children. That thing really sometimes scares me.
It's so interesting. Sometimes you'll be going through comments, even videos of yourself, and you see people have very crazy opinions and very crazy advices that they're giving you. Someone who's probably never taken that risk to have a 25 million
Thank you. Yes.
home.
You have never done anything. Imagine. 10 million. I'm just even 20,000. And you look for 10K first. And that time they did for you budget 10 million. You wake up, you're 10 million by 1 year. You may gather interest 10% per month.
Just reminded me. There's a guy on X who was giving people advice that you're 10,000 instead of buying what, I don't know, I can't remember what they were buying. And instead of buying that, you should have bought shares. And then people pulled up a video of him like 3 months ago. He was conned. He was conned on Luthuli Avenue.
and now you should have
that expose that was done. Did you watch it?
No.
Where guys were, there was an expose on Luthuli Avenue in town where people go to buy electronics.
Yes.
So they're conned their TVs. Like you go into a shop, you pay. Ukitoka sijui ni TV haifanyi kazi ama nini. So his video was pulled up. He was being asked, how do you have so much advice? Like, why didn't you use your money to buy these shares? How did you get conned?
Imagine.
Buying a TV. So you realize there's people who even tell me, in the comment, kuna dem mwingine niliona ameniandikia ati sasa Roberta, ati huyu msichana anavaa tu bra. So I clicked on her page and I went to look at her pictures and I was like, oh my God, okay. Siko ubaya, but you want me to dress like you?
Exactly, yeah.
Like, are you now the standard for how people should look?
And I don't know why people can't just mind their own business.
Yeah.
Because if you want to wear something else, wear. Is it your body? When I put it on my body, why is it harassing you? You wear the one you want.
And then the men are under her replies agreeing with her. But these men are also in my inbox.
Imagine that.
Telling me how they love me and they're such huge fans.
I think people need to grow up on the internet.
I see how it is pick me. I'm sure she got a very huge dopamine rush from
that
likes
yes,
of men.
And because I am conservative.
Yeah.
I am I don't know what I put
me
on
men
clothes.
like me, I
like,
wear.
Yes.
Those go for alikuwa amevaa kama mkorino.
Yeah, and not the leg. And I don't know why
I
that
like those outfits.
But for you.
Yes.
I like it for you. It makes you happy, Nani.
Yes.
Please kindly carry on. But it cannot be that you're going to be projecting on other people's lives.
Yes.
And I think it's such an unfair time. I don't know why the more information we have, the more ignorant we are, the more primitive we act.
I think we are absorbing, or it's just information is just being put out because now everyone has a platform to share stuff. Do you think we're actually taking it in, or we're just looking for highlights to jump on things to talk about? I previously did an episode of Jagero where we're discussing social media love and posting everything online and what that does or what that looks like for relationships. And we kind of touched onto this, and Jags was saying, people have found a space to go on the internet. Like, someone doesn't need to know you to hate you. They just need to have an account.
Yes.
They just need to have a Facebook account and they'll come on your post.
And what type of living is that really? Like, imagine you just wake up in the morning, put on your phone that you bought. Maybe using Wi-Fi or bundles.
Or I don't think you paid for that internet.
And then your work is just like, let me go. You stupid woman. You're busy misleading women. You are bitter and old. You were arrogant in your 20s. Now, did you know me in my 20s? You're just like...
You were probably nicer.
You were arrogant in your 20s. Now that you're bitter and old, you're now decided to mislead women so that they can stay alone in their 50s. I'm like, why are you threatening us with a good time? Do you know? How can you tell a woman...
That's what women want.
Yes, how can you tell a woman in her 50s that you'll be alone with your cats, and I can't remember what there's another animal I think we're supposed to be looking for. I'm going to remember.
They're really mad about our dildos.
It's crows. It's crows, by the way. Crows apparently are very intelligent birds.
Yes.
They show affection and they never forget.
Yes.
So now we're going to grow old with crows and cats in our apartment.
You're just
filled with plants. Imagine, yeah.
Because I have crows that visit me and I have like 6 cats in my house.
You are living the life.
Yes. Oh, yesterday actually when I woke up,
yes,
I chilled in bed for like an hour, and I was filled with so much gratitude.
Yes.
The kittens were playing all over me. They were all over my bed, and I was like, what a beautiful life. So slow.
Yes.
I can hear the birds chirping. The kittens are fat and full, and they've eaten and they're happy.
And they're so excited to see you.
Life.
Yeah. So we're being threatened with a good life over here, and I'm just like, what is it that's going on in your life? Yeah, why are people so worried? And even the women who say, "Oh, but you're alone, but you're not married." Then why are you worried? You see, you are married. Yes, why aren't you enjoying?
Why are you online if you're married?
Why you?
Shouldn't you be like
just go and be
for your husband or something?
Cook. Go and cook and show him your long dress. Why are you harassed by my content? Okay,
are we the mean girls now?
We're the mean girls to the mean girls.
Okay, that's a good point, because I want to talk about the reaction from social media. Mm-hmm. Women are coming out to react to these videos of the Involve Me trend. And now that some of them are saying, these women who are so tone deaf, who are classist and pick me, they deserve the backlash that they're getting. And that's essentially kind of what we've done here for 2 seconds.
Okay, yes.
See, they deserve, but you get where I'm going with this.
No.
So is it...
But
do you think when someone acts like that, also this now us reacting is warranted? Now we are telling them, go and show your husband your long dress.
Okay, we are sorry.
We are doing the same thing. So
I get that. I get where you are coming from.
Yes.
And I want to say we are not, and maybe we are, or maybe it can slide out of control. I think where we all need to get to is a point where we can argue on points and not personalities. So what you're seeing happening to women online is, okay, I said something, maybe it was ignorant, or maybe it was just mean. I knew what I was doing and I said something mean. Can we fight about the thing?
The thing that has been said.
Yes, the thing that has been said.
Rather than
say me and you. So you see, like now this one, we are fighting over the dress. You're coming to talk. You came for my dress. I'm telling you, go home and show your husband the dress that you like. Yes. Because you said you're married, and your problem is that I am not married, and the way I dress, and I'm naked, whatever. Yes. So why are you worried? See, that's your problem. You go and wear your dress. That long one that you have is nice. Go and show your husband that you have. You have one. I don't have. So let me continue here. You be on your side. Yes. So I'm thinking maybe what we need to do is argue about it. Not that this particular woman, Kwanzaa, she spoke about this bullying and whatnot, and somebody went and fished her pictures where she'd been actually assaulted by women. There's one... And I really have a heart for that girl. I don't know her, but she could also be she maybe is 22, 23. She's my daughter's age mate. Very nice girl, very good heart, but somehow manages to get the most wicked women around her, wicked girls. So this particular one, she'd actually been physically assaulted by women. It was caught on camera. So of course, there are these people who sit down and save those things. I'm just wondering, why is it you're going? Yes,
it get to a point. Women are beating women up.
Let me tell you, I'm telling you, we need to sit down one day and actually have real talks about the violence, physical, emotional, financial, women met on each other. And it's not just, maybe even if, it's just not just platonic, even the relationships, the lesbian relationships, yes. Women are doing the most, but we hide behind women for women. We hide behind, she's my fellow woman. You understand? We hide behind, we put a lot of flowers around it. But very many women are suffering at the hands of women. It's the pastor's wife. It's your mother-in-law. It's your
It's
mother.
your mother. I was
It's
just
your
thinking about how
yeah,
some of us,
it's
the
your
first
friend.
worst
It's
maturities
your
we've had was
mother.
from our moms.
I had somebody saying,
Malaya women,
somebody
prostitutes.
said she was called Malaya before even she knew what the word was by her mother. So there's a lot of things we do, and we try to hide them behind we are women. And a lot of that, for me, and I've told you many times, the minute somebody says that, we are women, I have
Iko kitu
Iko
hapo.
kitu, yeah, she's kind of conditioning you to start mistreating him.
It's like when guys say, I'm a nice guy, I'm a good man, I'm a good woman.
That is the head of all the bad guys. That one who has to
That's
come
the
and
evil
start,
one.
that's the evil one. The one who has to come and start giving you stories before you. If you're nice, we'll just say you're nice. If you're a good person, we'll just say you're good. And remember, I don't like nice. I like good. Nice is manipulative. If you're a good person, you're a good person. You're a kind person, you're a kind person. But and we also need to figure out the definition of kind. Because again, we throw some of those words around, and somebody is insisting you should be kind. What they're saying is that you should be a soft target for bullying. Yeah. I'm kind, but I will shoot a dog that has been hit by a car to save it. That's kindness.
Yes.
Yeah. So kind is not that I'm going to take it to hospital, because what quality of life is it going to get? You understand? Yeah. So we must decide what kind is. And then
I like
be very
that. I like that. Kind looks different in different
in different whatevers. Yeah. Kind is I would use violence to stop somebody from harming a child. Yes, or killing me. Yeah. But I'm kind to you because I've stopped this person. I might have had to shoot them or clap them over their head, but I saw a situation, and that is kindness. It's not nice. Yeah, I'm not being nice. Yeah. Yes. So for me, nice, a lot of things around nice, if revolve around manipulation for me. Yeah, because I'm nice to you so that you can do something back. I'm kind to you because that is the thing to do. You are in danger. You are in need of food. You are in whatever.
And I'm just kind.
I don't need anything back. I did it. I don't need a camera. I don't need whatever. I'm gone. Yeah. So a lot of the violence women suffer, your boss. That's why you hear very many people will say, me, I'd rather work, but I'm not working for a woman.
Yes.
Yeah. We need to have these conversations.
And why is it that, I like that you brought that up, why is it that people are complaining about Black women in managerial positions?
Yes.
And this is world over. I've seen even tweets from America, people saying, I'd rather work under a white man.
And it's that thing, remember, we've just even said it now, where somebody is violating you, and then you keep, that's how abuse works, essentially. Yeah. If I'm going through something and I don't know how to handle it, I will look for a weaker person to put it on. Yeah. So it's just a chain of things. Yeah. So you might rather work under a white woman, but like for her, she's not as oppressed as the Black woman. So she really doesn't have much to oppress you over. Yeah. So unless she's going through something. And you'll even find that women who are abused at home, who are victims of domestic abuse, can be very wicked.
They actually
really very wicked. And you're just like, Tania, I thought you're going through something, you'll be more understanding.
Actually, oh my goodness.
Yeah. You'd be like,
yes, crazy.
Wicked is the worst boss, is the worst whatever. They're not even good friends.
How can they be a good friend? I don't think you can be a good friend when you're in a situation where you're going through abuse. How do you show up? Because part of you being a good friend means you need to leave the abuse.
That abuse, yes. Remember, our thing has always been, the last few sessions, center self.
Yes.
I cannot be good to you if I'm not good to myself.
You can't.
Yeah. And this is where a lot of women need to come to. All these things we are fighting is because we are not good to ourselves. We keep thinking we are some kind of heroes. Me, I come here, I'm fighting for women. But the
ground.
Yeah. I might have a very good plan. I mean, I might be coming from a good place. But until I center self, until I heal self, it doesn't matter how I show up. At some point, I'm going to really mistreat those people I'm coming out saying that I want to help. I'm going to really mistreat them. I'm going to damage them more than even I'm damaged. Yeah. So all this you see online, all this bitterness, all this, vitriol, all this, it's women who have not centered themselves. Because if I center myself and I love myself, I wouldn't do to you what I wouldn't do to myself.
Definitely.
Yeah. I wouldn't see a vulnerable person and think, oh, I need to pounce. That would not be my first thought. But these days, you see somebody vulnerable and the first thought is, and it has been taken and everybody's sharing. Ha, 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 see this one. I thought she had the money.
Dystopian.
Ha, ha, ha.
It's like an episode in have you watched Black Mirror? I think I need to write for you.
I'm so horrible.
You need to watch.
Please write them. I'm so horrible with finding things. Sometimes I decide, okay, now I want to watch a movie. Then I sit there. I'm just like, no, which one did she say I'm supposed to watch?
It's so dystopian because we're so quick to laugh at each other or to call out, especially humiliate other people.
Because of the humiliation.
Public.
Yes. I don't know what it is.
It's like some sort of excitement of seeing the next person suffer more than you.
Yes.
So now you know, okay, we're in this misery camp.
Together.
It's all of us.
And I'm better.
Struggling.
You your husband beat you in public. At least mine slaps me in the bedroom.
But we're just the same. There's no difference.
But no, but you're not seeing it that way. You in your head are just like, at least mine. At least he has the presence of mind to do it in
least
private.
He pays rent.
Yeah, at least he pays rent. At least he doesn't. At least. You're sitting there. Hey, at least mine. Even if he beats me, I have a new car. At least.
Okay, how can we remedy this as women?
Center self. Leave this thing. Everybody's telling you to decenter men. Those are the ones who are more involved in that, man, because that's all they think about.
And talk about.
Yes. Center self. Women should center self. Decenter everybody, even your children sometimes. Because you cannot be a good mother if you have nothing. Remember I sent you a TikTok where this woman is saying, where this woman is saying like she just had it. She can't, like she can't mother. She can't mother this child.
I'm a choker.
Yes.
She's sacrificing
too much. Yeah. On one hand, she's just like, this is a child, doesn't know anything, but I don't have anything. You see, you can't. And you can see that she really wants to do the right thing. She knows the right thing to do, but how will you do it if you're not centering self? Yeah, you don't have that time. You don't even think that you have an option to leave the baby. That is even
funny. How do you
funny.
wake up? It's easy to say center self, love yourself, choose yourself. But how do you wake up? Because in that situation, she's probably centering her child. She's thinking, I need to feed this baby. I need to do this. How do you actually do it in real time, like practically, to bring it back to yourself? Because I think there's some sort of awakening that needs to.
It happens. Zishike. Yeah, and that's why I say at least these days people have access to information. Hopefully, we have this podcast. It starts a conversation, and then it's not. You don't have to wait for the time where, like for us, it had to hit. I got married very early and got divorced early as well. I had these 4 kids, no community to really speak of. Yeah. So you're just there trying to make things work.
And every where does the community go, Felly? People, your ladies, they come for your baby shower.
Yeah.
Simna tupostianga baby shower. Then very beautiful with 6 million ladies there,
yes,
hugging you on Instagram.
But it's
so
photo
what
ops.
Really happens?
It depends on who you are. I don't know what happens. I can't even tell. I can say, okay, I can tell. I just think that it will be a whole other podcast. But let me try and summarize. First, very many people don't like you. You just don't know. Yeah, so people can be there. And it's easy, the people who don't like you, it's easy for them to be there when things are not bad. So that's why when you're getting married, when you have the baby shower, the bridal shower, the parties, the whatever, you'll have more people than when you have a problem. Because when you have a problem, then, they didn't like you anyway. So, like, why must I extend myself? When somebody has a problem, when somebody is bereaved, these things are not convenient. When you're going through something, it's not convenient. You don't call me and ask me, okay, now I think I'm going to have a breakdown between 12 and 1. How does that work for you?
Next week.
Yes, yeah. Next week, I'll be having this. How does Friday, feel for you? So,
yes.
So bad times are not convenient. So your friends will just come out for you. Because people will be going through their own things. They'll be going through the most. But they'll say, okay, I can at least reach this point for you. But most of us, many people don't like you. You don't know that. Many people don't like your mother. You don't know that. And many people pass down their dislike from wherever. So it is relatives and friends. There are people also just genuinely going through their own things. So you happen to all just be in funk at the same time. So sometimes you just don't have that. You don't have the community. Sometimes also it's you. You don't even know how to try, how to even seek out community because you have too many things. You're going through the most. You don't trust. You don't feel safe. So there's a lot that goes around it. So I'm here with these 4 kids. I don't have community as such, and everything is hand to mouth. Whatever you get, it goes somewhere. Whatever you get, it goes somewhere. Whatever you get, it goes somewhere. So you are putting on clothes a problem. Trying to get clothes, trying to get food, because everything is urgent. There's nothing that's never urgent. Everything is urgent, and it's so bad that you can't even have a relationship because you're just like, Nani, can this person help me or not? Because if they can't help me, can they move on? I can't wait.
From a space
of lack. Yes, I can't wait. I don't have that time for you to tell me we are going to grow together. What time? I need money today. I can't grow together. I'm already grown. Yes. And I need food now.
Yeah.
So there's a lot happening to you. And then I was so hell-bent on being a good mother. So I'm always home. Or even if I'd go out, because at least that's one part of myself I'm happy I did. For myself, I'd be like, I must go out at some point. But I would rush home from work, cook, make sure children have eaten whatever, then dash out. Yes. Then rush out, have the whatever, and rush back by 4, 5, by the time they wake up, I'm there. But then I started feeling resentful. Like you find like you're short-tempered, you're whatever. You're wondering where it's coming from.
You're overstimulated.
Yeah. And these are young children and they're all of, and I'm wondering what the hell is going on. Why is it that I love my children, but I'm not feeling like I like them too much. Like I'm feeling
you just need them to shut up and leave you
alone. Yeah. And you're taking everything so personally. And then I started looking around. I had certain friends who would just pack a bag and go away for the weekend with a boyfriend or by themselves or with girls and come back, and they had such good relationships with the children. They loved each other so much. Yes. They loved each other so much, and I couldn't understand. I'm like, mine then should be 100 times better because I'm always here with these children. So why isn't mine better right now? We should even be, and you take everything so personal. Even a child being a child making childish mistakes is so personal. I'm doing everything for this child. Papa can nifanya hivi na hata huyu mtoto nifanya hivi. Everything just harasses you. You are taking childish mistakes so personally. A child comes over, I forgot my razor in school, or I lost my pencil. Why?
Maybe you actually break down.
You cry. Do you know there are days I would go and cry in my room because I'm just like, why are these children mistreating me?
Can't they see? Yes.
Now. Yeah. Why they mistreating me? To finish me. Their father started. Now they're continuing. They won't be happy until I'm finished. I bind them. But when I realized, Nani, imagine stay out at night, a whole night. They won't die. Yeah. So you make sure there's food, there's Wi-Fi, whatever, they're in a safe place. Maybe there's an adult when they were younger or somebody, whatever. Go. Nothing will happen. And I'd come back better. And now I'm such good friends with my children. And I'm lucky. I want to say lucky, or I want to say I'm thankful that I did it. At least by the time they were teenagers, it has started occurring to me that I can't be their everything and they can't be my everything. Yeah. So
you have to allow for that space.
That space, yeah. And then also realize that I'm an individual here, myself. It got to a point where I stopped, I had to tell myself, you can't take what children do personally. Like, this is just the folly of youth. Children will just have to do some stupid things. So even in that process, I want perfect children, and it's not normal. It's not even fair to the children for me to think that they should be perfect. You can't make noise in school. If the teacher calls me, I'm going to kill you. If they, if they do whatever, if you do the socks, hiyo 10 bob mulipeleka wapi? You become change yangu.
Beef.
It is a problem. It is such a problem. So you need to get to that. Now, those who are listening to us now, and I think we should go back and maybe send that lady a DM and say, you know what? If you have a safe place to take that child, to your mother, to your sister, to a friend, or you have a good maid, and it doesn't have to start off with going away for a month. Don't do that when the child is really young. But you can even have a good maid and say to yourself, on Saturday, I'm leaving this house at 7 in the morning. I'm coming back at 7 in the evening. And I'm just going to sit somewhere. Whether it's going to cry, to drink, to whatever, you can go by yourself, you can go with somebody, whatever it is you decide. But it's a day about you, where you pour into you. Put on a good dress, the best you can have. We're not saying go and look for a I don't know, designer. You know, people, remember we said these people are not exposed. We tell them to put on a good dress. At yes, what be 12,000 to buy a dress. You have a good dress, it's clean, you've washed it, you've earned it. It's the best that you can give yourself at that time. Put it on yourself, feel good about yourself, and go for one day. And you tell the maid, musinipigie simu. Yeah. See what, and you are a mother, you know what the children would need. Si ni maziwa, mko na maziwa, mko na chakula ya mtoto, mko na nini, and you move on with life. Pour into yourself. Then take it slow. Another day, plan a girls trip with your girls. Get onto the STJR. Go to the coast. 2 days. Just be a girl.
You know, they're asking, first they ask, when you give such advice, people think you're coming from utopia. It's like Felly, your life is made out. You can do that. You have that privilege. You have the time, first of all. So where do I get the time? I'm working 3-4 jobs.
Yeah.
And then also money. So it seems very crazy to them.
Yeah. But let me tell you. Sorry. You know, sometimes you can... And those also are trying to do 4 jobs. You know, you can't even make it even with those 4 jobs. Do you know that? Yeah. So taking one day off will not change anything. I swear. And let me tell you, take that one day job, you see the way things will change. Because then you start having a clearer picture of what it is you're doing. Because there are some times that we work so hard at nothing. And you're working so hard and you're trying to show people how hard you're working and things are not working. Because first, and these are some of the things I learned late in life. I've started, like, I used to call myself a serial entrepreneur. I'm thinking it was so sexy.
You think it was so
sexy. It was not.
You were being a pick-misha.
No, not even a pick-misha. I wasn't even being a pick-misha. I'm trying to look for the word because I thought it was sexy. I thought it was something I was doing. I thought it was going to end up in something. You know, like I do all these things. One day, it's a matter of time before I hit the thing. And I'm working so hard and I'm gaslighting myself with that hard work. That, you know, at least you don't sleep. You wake up in the morning, you're running 4-5 things at the same time. My friend, I was going mad. In 2021, 2022, 23 were my worst years. I was doing the most. I have an Airbnb, I have a courier service, I have a kitchen somewhere, I have microcredit, and it looks good to me when I put it on paper. When somebody asks,
"Boss lady,
what do you do?" So let me start off by telling, and I have an office.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And it was the hardest time for me financially. But if you look at my bank statement, as in there were times, like at the end of the month, I have 500K. I don't have it in 1 week. In the next week, I'm looking for 200 bob to get to work, to get to my office. But I'm working hard. I'm not resting. I'm not whatevering. I'm working over Christmas because your employees or whatever go. I'm struggling to pay these employees. Everything was a struggle. But then you realize because you are chasing money. Remember even what we just said to ourselves. If you're not good to yourself, I'm buying 50 bob credit. I'm living in a house of this much.
Yeah, they
might not even have mashimo, but I'm buying the cheapest I can get. I don't make my hair because I'm saving money. I'm eat
saving
out.
So my baby can eat KFC on Sunday.
Yes, I'm not eating out. So what happens is when I put my budget together, it's 100K or something maybe. Okay, don't do the maths and think.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, you know, this is an example. So when I come to business to negotiate, what do you think I'm going to negotiate for? 50 bob credit?
Yes.
Cheap dress?
Yes.
So that, yes. And it's not enough.
Yes.
Because now I'm hard up. I'm desperate. I have all these jobs. So I'm like, at least if I can get 10K from this business, 10K from this business, 10K from this business. I even started selling clothes. I was opening bails. 10K from that business. Then at least I will have money. That's not how you're supposed to negotiate. But I'm so tired. I'm so wound up. I don't have time to sit down and look at these things and say, you know what, you could actually just do one and negotiate better.
It's true.
You know, and then because I'm not
when
dying.
You're feeling yourself, you're thinking about yourself.
Yes.
It gives you a clearer space to even say, okay, I need 100.
Yes.
But I'm going to negotiate for 400.
Exactly. Exactly.
But if you're desperate,
but you are so desperate.
Want
Yes.
5K.
I'm telling you. And because it's every day, your life is like this.
Yes.
And that's why, and especially if your life is like that, stop. Then you still owe the landlord 3 months rent. One day is not going to change
Whether you
it.
need or not.
Yes. You still owe the landlord 3 months. You still owe school fees for the last 2 terms or 1 year. You still owe mama. You still. That money you're going to use to go to spend a day out by yourself is probably 3,000 bob. Even that one, sometimes we've even tried. Because that spending out, you might not even have to leave Nairobi. You can tell yourself, let me go to this Nyamachoma place and sit down at a corner somewhere. I have a notebook, I have a pen, I have something to read maybe, or I have my phone. I'm just doing my own things, eating my Nyamachoma, drinking my small wine there, and then I go home. But in that time where I've sat down and have had time to look at things, will change everything. That 3,000 bob is not going to pay your children's school fees. Imagine. That 3,000 bob, you're not going to pay your 3 months rent.
Actually, after ukule nyama hata unasahau wingi ulitumia 3,000.
Yes, yeah.
And then now you start to see, funny thing, you start to see more coming. Like the more you point to yourself, someone sent you 10K.
Yes.
A business you had 10 years ago, but ulikuwa umesahau 150.
Yes.
Shika.
Or do you still do 1, 2, 3? But now you are more rested. You can think. You can put things into perspective. So in fact, now if your life is that way, that jam-packed, take that day. Imagine that one day. You can't pay. Imagine that 3K won't pay all your debts. But if you sit down and come up with a good plan, you will be better off. You'll be in a position to pay better. But sometimes these things, that busyness keeps us in a rut. And you one day wake up, you are 50, and you're telling people, nimefanya kazi in Nairobi, miaka mingi. And you have nothing. Then there's a kabaga who'll wake up one day in the morning and decide, you people, all you carpenters, you have been working here, but me, I'm not even a carpenter. Let me employ 3. And then let me put it online. And I'll just be sitting down somewhere like this. Post, whatever. Then I go to TikTok, watch and record myself. Hi guys, get a whatever. Yes. And now, in 1 year, they are making furniture. Videos. Yes. You have been for whatever. But because you have believed in that false information that being busy is what is going to give you your breakthrough, and not thinking, and not alignment. In fact, the word is alignment.
And not loving yourself.
Yeah. You cannot align to anything unless you know what you want. You cannot know what you want unless you have been with yourself and spent time with yourself and even babied yourself. Somebody was saying you should even have pet names for yourself. Like, oh, hi boo, today it was a bad day, but we'll do better tomorrow. Yes. But then, and I find that funny because like one of my daughters has taken to calling me babe. So she's always, hi babe. So when I call her, she says, hi babe. Yeah. And for a minute, I'm just like,
yeah, you softer and
softer, yes. So we should actually have those names for ourselves. Yeah, you wake up in the morning, hi babe, and don't tell yourself, are you stupid, Roberta? Why are you thinking? No.
Imagine that's the first thing you're telling yourself in the morning when you wake up.
Imagine
all the things that you haven't done.
How would you be nice to anybody? How would you be kind? How would you be kind to anybody?
Felly, say something as we wind up I want you to talk to 2 people. Parting shot. To the ladies who are ignorant. And I'm seeing this ignorance show up in a lot of instances. Like even now there's a movement trending in South Africa about petitioning gender-based violence to become a national disaster.
Yes.
Parliament yao imekataa, but we are still pushing with the purple profile pictures and we are talking about it, we are creating awareness.
Yes.
Nonetheless. And GBV is such a big issue right now. We all know, like it's not a secret. We are seeing prime examples of people even close to us in our lives go through death or assaults. Yeah. And there's this crop of women who, the men are countering this movement.
The green whatever.
The green one. And then there's ladies who are coming to say, I'm not going to put my profile picture as purple because they're taking time to make a video.
Yes.
You can just stay off the internet.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Or just keep doing what you have been doing.
Yeah, it's fine. So they're taking time to make videos on the internet to post, I can't post my purple profile picture because you people don't know what men are also going through under the hands of women. All at equal rights. Men deserve rights to stop using men's money. And these are videos being made by women. So I want you to talk to two groups of people. The women who are, let's say, ignorant.
Yes.
Let's be kind and use ignorant because they don't know better. They don't know. The ignorant women who are perpetuating violence and abuse, bullying online, violence, iyo tukanana, put other women down, who made kids or comments about venye tunavaa, venye tunaenda. It's coming from the women, like it's coming from inside the house.
Yes. It be your own people.
Say one thing to those ladies, and the ladies who are retaliating by also being aggressive and violent towards them.
Yes.
I feel like they're the same people, just on the different spectrums, because we're trying to reach an equilibrium where we're saying, hey, we're women. Nobody deserves any abuse or bullying from any side. Whether you're siding with the men, you just go side with your men. Pole pole, it's fine. You don't need to fight us or to kind of us.
Yeah, just do your
So
thing.
say something to these women. My hope is that we're able to grow from these situations. We're able to be kinder to each other. We're able to be nicer because this is how we learn. And I'm always telling you how I think I'm privileged to have a very beautiful community of women.
Yeah.
Like even the women who've backstabbed me or like crossed me, these women left me feeling loved at some point. Like,
is it
they
the women or
treated
it's
me.
you? I think you see the best in
You know
people.
what I think? I think I do that.
Yes, I think it's you.
also-
I don't think it's those women. I think those women should be privileged to have you because you have chosen to see
the good side.
Somebody has backstabbed you and you're thinking, okay, what's the lesson here? And you are running with the lesson. You're not running with...
I think that's what I do.
Yes.
Because when I think of memories, when I try to think of sasa huyu mbona tuliacha kuongea alinifanyia nini? By the way, I can't remember. I just remember this woman was really kind to me at a time when I had nothing.
Yes.
When I was being abused
Yes.
at home, she hosted me in her house for a year. You know, those are the things I see.
Yes.
I choose to see. I don't see it. She alini gossip.
Yeah.
Gossip to
So,
someone
I think-
ghosting you.
I
I
think
think that's what I do.
I think
All right, people of the internet, I hope that you're enjoying this episode very much. And I just had a break to tell you about my new book. You know, everybody says that there is no job, and that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so, because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So, what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay? You can build a lot of things. Build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash, that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is odworjigero.co.ke. And now, back to programming.
You are the good woman your community has. Not that you have a community of good women.
I'll go home and I'll write in my journal and think about things.
You are the good woman those people have because, clearly. So what we tell, like, for example, the first set of women, and the first set of women are like in two groups. There's the ones who are deciding. In fact, I think I saw a video where somebody said she's not going to take part in performative activism.
Yes.
And remember, we said, you can only claim ignorance for a certain time. After that, there's something very wrong with you, and you must look for help. If you don't feel like changing your profile photo, then don't change it. You don't have to come and rain on what somebody is trying to do. It's so unnecessary. It's uncalled for. Yeah, if you're seeing somebody trying to make headway, why are you standing there and trying to be an obstacle? You either help, and if you can't help, shut up. Yeah, nothing will happen to you. Yeah, unless now we have said now you're doing it for the male gaze. Where now you're saying that also women do this. Also, wait for another month. There's December.
Yes.
Yeah. Then now December start. Green movement.
Yes.
We are petitioning nobody will disturb you.
And these movements don't never crop up independently.
Exactly.
They wait until the women are talking about.
Why is it that it must be done now? So now we have said it is purple. Can we finish this one? Then next month. You can even say next year, whatever it is, next month, you can say this December, this is what we are doing. We are now changing our whatever's green. And if you really feel strongly about it, we will not disturb you. We'll also mind our own business when you have changed your profile to green and people move on. But it can't be that.
Make videos we were not.
Yes, yeah. But it's giving so much. It's giving one-upping. You did this, I'm also doing. But you told me, even if you said to me, nobody has time for that, And this thing of saying that to stop using men's money, whatever, very few women, by the time a man is giving you his money, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, so there's nobody who can even claim that they were tricked. A man gives his money because he wants to give you his money. When he wakes up and says that woman cheated me, he wants you to see him as foolish so that he can benefit from it. But he's not a fool. Yeah,
he probably got something from you.
Yes, and if you have the what do you call it, confirmation, then you go to the police if it is serious. Why do you want to come over here and abuse women and then tell us women also whatever? If it's a crime, because if you have evidence that this woman tricked me, she used
extortion.
Yes, carry all your evidence. In fact, police listen to men more than they listen to women. Why aren't you people going to report more women?
Yes.
Yeah, why are you taking matters into your own hands? Yeah. So if you have nothing nice to say, shut up. Next month is also another month. Let people finish theirs first and then have yours. Then there's the women who are, going after the women who maybe said something either out of ignorance or maybe was taken out of context or maybe was just being mean. And then you come and counter it with meanness. What people need to learn is to fight over issues. Nobody's saying you must agree. Even as women, we can't agree. But why is it to Kasania hit this glass and now Bobbie you want to start saying that yesterday you saw my panty and it's torn? Where has that come from? See, we fight about the glass. So you see these women coming out here, and he's saying that, and sijui alikuwa na mubaba, sijui alikuwa na, what's wrong with you? If you want to make sense of that thing, say, lady, maybe you are not getting this whole challenge. It was supposed to be funny. What you're saying is not funny because it gives us this impression, it makes other people feel this way, and it is giving XYZ. Simple. It doesn't have to, But you see, many people are out here looking for likes and to trend. So you want to say the most vile thing to somebody, the most out of pocket thing, so that you say, I want a villain. I even got 1,000 likes.
I'm gonna read the sensitive ones.
No, I don't think it's the sensitive. People just, exactly. People need to learn to also know when something is none of their business. Yeah, just see it. If you like, you can acknowledge. If you like, don't even acknowledge. You can look this way and say, none of my business. And
move on.
By the next 2 minutes, I've even forgotten what I saw there because I refuse to acknowledge. I refuse to take part.
Yes.
Yeah. But if I decide to take part, fight over that thing. You don't know that woman from Adam or from a kind of paint. Can we fight over what I have seen here? Yeah, and then we move on from that. But somebody now starting to say, I used to be her neighbor. And I don't know what. That she used to have a mubaba. That mubaba used to beat her.
Fight, please.
Do what you want.
Keep secrets.
In fact, we now need to start turning it.
Yes.
And you should be embarrassed for talking like that as a grown-up.
Yes.
Yeah, there's something very wrong with you. People should stop behaving like the internet is plot 10, where mamas are gossiping each other when...
It's like we're 16.
We are not even 16, we are primitive. We are those... Mamas who have nothing to do, we wake up the day and we sit down outside our doorsteps and start gossiping about each other and bring each other down. There's so much, and I've said this all along, the internet, social media, is women's biggest tool if we stopped using it to bring each other down.
Yes.
We can use it to educate each other. We can use it to collect data that would help us in our mental health, in our physical health. We can use it to as a place for reporting abuse and create communities that can offer safe spaces for people who've gone, who've been in abusive situations. Why should we be then using that very tool? Because it's a very cheap tool. Yes, some people have to buy bundles, but imagine I can buy bundles for 10 bob and reach the whole world.
Yes.
I don't have to even have a ticket or even bus fare.
Yes.
It's 10 shillings. 5 MB, and I can make a post that would impact the whole world. Why do I want to use that 10 MB to make a post to bring down somebody? Yeah, so we really need to start having we need to switch on a bit. This primitivity can't carry the day, really. No.
Ladies.
No. This primitivity can't carry the day.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Have I covered all the women? What the other woman was who?
I think you have. I think you've spoken to all the women.
Yeah. And even also for the mothers, for the women who are feeling really overwhelmed now, the mothers, you are there trying to do everything for your children, motherhood is not easy. I don't know who lied to us. Motherhood is not natural. This, the way they tell you at its instinct, it will kick in.
You don't know that kid.
It is not.
You don't know that kid. That's a stranger.
That's a stranger. You all just met, Nani. And you don't even know where they've come.
Yeah.
And they have not told you anything,
You don't even know their personality.
You don't know anything. Yeah,
them.
you're two strangers and you've never been there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether you've had 10 children. Every child is different. Every child gets a different part of you. So motherhood is not easy. Anybody who's trying to bully you because you're trying to say what you're doing, you're drowning. If you're drowning, imagine you're drowning. Nobody should tell you, but you're supposed to love the child. Yes, I'm supposed to. I know. That is why I'm in torment. That is why it is harassing me that I can't understand why it's not making sense. And I'm out here trying to look for community and everybody's judging. If you've not been through something, shut the fuck up. Yeah, nobody cares. Yes, you are a good mother then. Nani, go and get your trophy. And quietly. But there are some of us who don't know what we are doing. There are some of us who are not perfect. There are some of us who have no reference. There are some of us who are even ill, mentally ill, and are trying to do the best with whatever we have. Let's show a bit of compassion. Yeah. So if it's strange to you, acknowledge it. Yeah, this is strange to me. I've never seen this. But just because it's strange to you doesn't mean it's wrong. So if somebody wakes up and says, I don't like my baby, you don't say, no, you have to like it. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
When a woman says to you, I can't do it, you don't get to say, no, you can. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. So if you can't help, the very least you can do is...
Ladies, I want to do an experiment. I don't know if I should use my DMs or the comment section, but I want to hear your stories. I want to hear stories where you feel like, okay, not the full story, just instances. Like, do you think women don't like each other? What do you think? After listening to this conversation that I've just had with Felly, how are you feeling about relationships with the women in your life? Are you relating to this conversation? Ama, do you feel like Tutu Mebonga uongo hapa tumedanganya. Give us the feedback. We're really excited to listen. And thank you so much for your comments. I'm consistently checking them out, and I really, really appreciate them. I'm happy with the discussion. Do you think you have anything else to add?
No. I'm happy with the discussion, and I hope we start now discussions. Can we have more discussions around some of these topics?
Especially, kuna mali hatuja dive deeper, lakini tuta dive. Lesbian relationships.
And the violence. Yes.
The studs are beating the femmes up. We need to talk about
woman on woman violence. Yes.
Yeah, I need to hear more stories of that. So if you know someone, if you've had these stories, please share. People who are willing to come and give their personal accounts, I'd be happy to have them on here so we can discuss more. But until next time, I have been your host, Robertta Bobbie on Heartfelt with Bobbie. Thank you so much. Check us out. Check me out on loveandorgasms.com. Everywhere. I have my own podcast where I talk about sex, relationships, and intimacy. And Felly, where can we get you online?
You can get me across the board. Felgona Oyugah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Go ahead.